Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Adam with me. We've just lost 2-0 to Newcastle. We're out of the League Cup here at St James's Park. Adam, I mean, tough one to take. I mean, or was it not? Because like Robbie said, it's a hard mountain to climb when you're 2-0 down already. Was it still a tough one to take regardless?
Yeah, a very tough one to take, and I think I'm basing that on how we played. For that whole game, I found our football really, really dull. So much to the point that my missus was sending me Wagamama's menus, and that was more interesting than the actual game that was going on.
As time will say, other restaurants are available. But yeah.
So, I mean, we were really, really poor. Really, really poor. I expected a bit of fight, and we didn't provide that fight. It was backwards, sideways FC again, and I hate seeing it. There was no urge to really go at them, urge to really attack them, and defensive mistakes. You cannot be doing that.
Is that a surprise to see for you, Adam? Because I think our defence has been so solid over this season, over this period. But like, I was shocked to see some of those, the key players we look at in that back line, the Timbers, the Sleebers, the Gabriels. Not to say Marzo Skelly, but those three in particular, David Raya as well, be a bit sloppy tonight.
They were really sloppy, and Newcastle, to be fair, Anthony Gordon in particular, the press was absolutely phenomenal. Like, the way they were pressing was like they had a real stranglehold over our defence. Yeah. And for our defence, who are normally quite good at, El Rondo, and they can move the ball around very well, for them to be they looked unnerved to me, yeah. Cecil. They looked really unnerved. They looked unnerved by the Newcastle support. They looked unnerved by Gordon and the front line of Newcastle. And I think, to be honest with you, they sort of wilted under the pressure.
Yeah, so do you think Newcastle looked very purposeful? Do you feel like they had a game plan from Eddie Howe and they executed it perfectly when it came to Arsenal tonight?
I think Eddie Howe has the key to the Arteta padlock.
Wow.
I think he absolutely knows how to beat Arteta, and he's got a history now of doing it.
Yeah.
That's absolutely set in stone. He knows what to do to beat Arsenal.
Could you detail what that is from what you've seen over the past couple of games against Newcastle?
I think the main problem is it was another game where we needed a clinical finisher.
Yeah, agreed.
And this is the thing, and I wanted to touch on this a little bit because I think the fact that the club haven't signed anyone is absolutely criminal. We knew for 2 months that we needed a forward player, and yet we're talking the day after the transfer window closes, I'm hearing, we went in for Morata, but we didn't really fancy him. Come on, we're Arsenal Football Club. Really? Are we left in this situation where we're looking at, again, another Chelsea reject, might I add?
Yeah.
Went to Chelsea, did nothing at Chelsea. It's just unbelievable. It's just so incredibly frustrating. So I think in terms of the question about Eddie Howe, what it seems to be is basically they go 1-0 up, and that's the problem. They know how to defend against us,
yeah.
and they know how to press us. So when they're pressing us that high, we can't get out, and because we can't get out, we can't attack them, and we don't have the right forward line to actually attack with pace and purpose going forward. Martinelli looks devoid of confidence. The only one player that I would say would have been a worry to Newcastle tonight was Ethan Ranieri.
And he didn't start.
Which to me is like, that in itself is a puzzle. Why didn't he start? After what he did against Man City, why did he not earn himself a start in this team for tonight's game? He absolutely deserved it. Skelly and Ranieri, both of them should have started. The fact they didn't is criminal.
And finally, out of the 3 teams left, who do you want to see win this trophy?
I'm going to go Newcastle. I would love to see them win it. Obviously, it's been mentioned by a few of the great fan base, by the way. The roar and the electricity inside the ground. It's my first time to St James's Park.
Oh, okay.
Very impressed by their fan base.
They go all out, like the flag.
Yeah.
I think the club do it on purpose. I think on these games, I don't know. Maybe they do it every week. Maybe they do it against other clubs. But I feel like, they had like the banners out, they had the flags, they had the tifos. They went all out. The atmosphere always is good up here, but I just feel like against Arsenal, it's always a big game that they seem to go all out for.
Yeah, they go for it against us. It does seem to be that a lot of teams turn into like a prime Barcelona when they're playing Arsenal, and Newcastle United are no exception. But they were phenomenal tonight. You've got to give them their credit. They definitely deserve it. So them, Liverpool, Spurs. I'm picking Newcastle all day long.
Thank you.